She's sitting in the couch and she's like, yeah, Ryan said you and Kaela had a deal for the double eviction. And I was like, no, we didn't. Like, just, that was my first reaction.
A deal with him?
Like, for the double.
Oh, for the double?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we did. That's not a secret.
Yeah, I know we did, but I accidentally said we didn't.
Oh.
So I don't know if she's going to come and ask you about that.
Okay.
Or not. So if I say I didn't.
I was like, it wasn't a deal, but it was a, like, don't throw me out there, but I was the first name you threw in, so there was no deal. I'll just say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Fuck, how do I word that?
Huh?
Just your first reaction was like, no.
Yeah, because it's just
Okay,
like, oh.
cool.
Because again, like, Ryan flipped it to make Maddie even feel bad. Now it's fucked.
Ryan flipped it to make Maddie feel bad.
Yeah. Like, Maddie went in and blew up on him and this, that, and the other. And by the end of the conversation, she's like, he made me think that, like, I did say this and stuff. And I was like, what? Like, that's how good he is.
I'm so glad he's on the block.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah.
I feel like I should talk to Maddie.
Yeah. She was just like, oh, yeah. But I told her, because she's like, oh, yeah, he thought early on he had all the votes and everything. And I was like, well, he did. I was like, Kaela and I did tell him we gave him our votes early on. But we weren't planning on it the whole time. Like, there's no reason to hide that. And she's like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense then. She was like a little happier about that. And then he's just like, I'm still here Friday, fuck everyone, I got your back, Derek, or something. I'm like, okay.
That's what you just said?
To me. And then I was like, okay. And then he's just like, he's like, I need to know, did Will throw my name out there today at all? And I was like, no, he didn't. He's like, 100%. I was like, Will never said anything. So what about last week? Did Will, flip-flop back and forth? And I was like, Will told me he was on the fence all week.
Who, Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to throw Will under the bus.
No.
I'm not going to give Ryan anything.
Yeah.
I was like, I told Ryan that every single person.
Yeah.
I didn't say specific names.
Yeah.
Hey. Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I just want to say hi.
I was like, what's wrong now?
No.
Okay.
Are you guys good?
No, yeah.
Derek's
Well,
face looks so...
Well, it's just stupid, like Ryan sitting downstairs on the couch. She's like, oh, is there anyone around? It's like, no, everyone's in the rooms. Why? It's like, I just want to know, like, did Will say anything? Like, did Will say my name
He's starting
today?
to ask individual things.
Did Will say my name
calling
today
him
upstairs? I was like, no, Will never said anything. He's like, 100%?
Why is he so bothered if he said anyone else's name?
I don't know. He's like, are you sure? Like, 100%? I was like, Will never said your name. He never said anyone's name. And he's like, oh, okay.
But I'm telling you,
And then
he
he's like,
said all four of your names, and I made sure it was the last thing he said because he's really good at taking what he says to you and manipulating it away to make you think something that you didn't say or anything. So the last thing I said before I literally walked downstairs, I was literally like, okay, confirm with me who said what right now. And he goes, and I was literally, confirm with me the four people you just told me about. So it was the very last thing so I can get all his wording exactly how he said it.
Yeah,
and he was like, Paris, Will, Maddie, and Johnny.
Yeah.
It was like all said that go for this HOH because if you win, that you are willing to take the shot at Derek and Kaela.
Do you think that he's doing that? And I was saying this to you, like, as an attempt because he knows that with Will up on the block, there's no point in even going for, like, those votes. He has to now go for, like, Erica, Liv Alley, and like to be you.
No, like, he randomly just said to me, like, before the whole Will thing, he's sitting on the couch, he's like, Derek, if I'm still around Friday, fuck the house. I only have your back. And I'm like, what? Okay.
Is that what he said to you?
Yeah. And then that's when he asked about Will. He said, did Will throw my name under the bus, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, he never said anything.
I think he's just, like, honestly panicking. It's a mess. And
Yeah.
he's, like, trying to do anything.
It just makes
And then
no
he also
sense.
asked about
and I made
Will
sure I
during the week.
confirmed too. And I was like, did people say like, if you like, were you phrasing it as in like, I'm going after Derek and Kaela? And they were like, oh yeah, because that's a difference. And I was like, or did they say? He's like, they specifically said,
Well,
if
that's not true.
I win HOH,
Yeah.
I am willing to take the shot and put up Derek and Kaela myself on the block. They are my targets next week. Word for word, exactly what he said.
So he was arguing with Maddie, and like, remember I told you, like,
I just said, I was like, he's making Maddie believe like she's in the wrong. I'm like, what?
Yeah. But like after I talked with you and stuff, I went to Ryan and I asked him, like, did you say my name in there and stuff?
He specifically, you were literally one of the four. He said.
Yeah, even like before all our conversations
Okay.
and stuff. And he said like, no. Anyways, then he was talking with Maddie inside there, and I popped inside there, and I was just like, kind of awkwardly intruded on the conversation. And he And Maddie was like, why would you like say my name? He's like, I did say your name. I was like, Ryan, did I not just like 2 hours prior to this sit there right on the bed and ask if you said my name? He said, no, I did not say your name, but I did say her name. So he's admitting to the Maddie thing. I feel maybe an effort to like repair bridges with her and stuff, but it's still saying that he didn't say my name. But like, I don't believe it.
No, he 100% said your name.
Yeah.
He said
Also
Maddie was the
downstairs.
ringleader and you were his little.
And like I told you earlier in the afternoon when I was like playing that slot basketball with him earlier this afternoon, he's kind of like, oh, like sounds like I'm pretty safe, this and the other. And I was just like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then
And at that point, because Ryan was the first person I talked today, and he comes in, he goes, I got nothing to lose. Boom! Throws everyone out. Every single person that voted for
and then
him.
he's like, Kayla's not like saying my name up there, is she? And I'm like, I don't think she's saying any names. I think she's just taking information.
Yeah, at first, like literally people would like say a name, and I'm like, I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying.
It's so crazy.
Someone said your name.
Like, coming in here, I bet that was a strategy and effort to like target here and stuff.
No, it wasn't. I literally asked everyone the same question because Ryan
No,
was
not
the
yours.
first.
Not yours.
Oh.
I mean, his when he came inside here and was like laid on the table wherever he said you. So that's probably a strategy. Just like I feel like I'm going up anyways. They know that I'm on the mound. This is like.
Ryan's like, I
All I
expected
can
to go
do.
up. He's like, I have nothing to
Right.
lose. I think you're gonna.
Right.
He's like, I know you're putting me on the block this week. He's like, I got nothing to lose. If you don't put me on the block, just ensures my safety. He's like, I don't care about all them. They all want me out anyway. And I
But
was
it
like,
does.
yeah, some people have mentioned they want you out.
Yeah, but in doing so, I think he fucking shot himself in the foot of your mark. Now everyone's just like.
Yeah, and he had me at one point like second guessing, but there's almost like that internal gut feeling.
Yeah.
Like obviously when people say like, "Hey, this person's saying your name,"
Yeah.
again, like I'm that person that's like, "Hey, I heard that you're saying my name. What's up? I'm gonna question you about it." And then some people started panicking and stuff. I was like, "Why are you panicking to myself? I literally just asked, are you saying my name?"
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And
Yeah.
then I said because someone said that you did. And
Yeah.
then people start freaking out and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just asking you a question. I don't want you to freak out. I literally just want you to talk to me. And then literally.
Not because like I wasn't expecting it.
No,
It
but I
felt
was
like
telling
there was
everyone
a
they
house
weren't
against
safe
me all of a
because
sudden.
Ryan was telling every single person was against me throwing my name
So
under
was
the
it
bus.
like other people as well who were saying my name?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
You and Maddie were talked about the most. Maddie was the most, but you were right with there, and that you guys are a pair in the
Well,
house. I can't say who.
yeah. Don't trust a motherfucker in this house though, eh? Everyone looking out for their own selves. Anyways, I'm glad that you kept me safe.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not saying who, and I'm not saying like
Yeah,
yes,
I
it
don't
was
know,
Bill, and
it's
I'm not
fine.
saying no, it wasn't. But like,
I don't even need it.
no, yeah.
But just know it exists.
But I'm
It's
just
enough for
saying,
me.
yeah. People see like you and Maddie as you guys are a duo in this thing, or
Yeah.
that's what people think you are.
Like we're not, but
Yeah. No,
I feel like
but
it's
like
easy
I
to
trust
like push
you
us to the edges
individually.
because we're probably like on the
It
outs.
is.
I feel.
I
that.
do trust you a lot more than Maddie, but that's because me and Maddie haven't had the advanced relationship, and I
Yeah.
explained that to her, just being like, like I feel like we're almost at like an intro class, opposed to like where I'm maybe at like third year with
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
other
yeah.
people. I was like, we talk of like I feel really good with you, you feel really good with me, but besides that, there's no
Nothing
game
more.
talk into that. There's not even just like, hey, these two people are nominees. Like, what are you thinking this week? Like,
Yeah.
like what's the benefits of keeping this person? Like we've never talked about it. It was only like the only time Maddie's ever came to me and talked game was when she was on the block, and I was gonna keep her. I was like, yeah, I will keep you this week. Like I really, like I feel good with you. Like why not keep you? So I felt great with her. I didn't even before today. I would have never, ever, ever, ever thought to put Maddie up. And then it's just because she, like Ryan convinced me so much that she was like the ringleader of every single person. And I was like, why is Maddie trying so hard to
She
get
seems to
everyone
be-
to turn against me? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And she was just so, I don't know if it was like her convincing me, but she was just so passionate. I was like, this girl's not lying.
No, she was saying too.
No,
She was like, I'm
that's-
so embarrassed. I had to fucking like cry my eyes out at them, and I'm like, you guys don't believe me. It's not true.
No,
and I
but like
knew, like, as soon
part
as
of
they
me,
were paying,
and
she
that's
was
where
like,
and
"It's
that's
not
where the
lying."
gut feeling came. And like Ryan was in here, and he was sitting in that chair. He's like, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna go home and watch this, and he's like, you're literally gonna be like, I made the biggest mistake, because he's like, I'm the only one in here that has your back. They're all against you.
Like, as a-
They're all saying your name. And I literally just looked at him and I was like, I would rather feel horrible about making the wrong decision on a gut feeling about someone than making a wrong decision on something that I just happened to do because I thought it was a better way.
Yeah.
And I was like, and with you were a gut feeling. I was like, I haven't felt good about you since week 2. And I was like, I honestly had nothing against Maddie at all. I was like, why would I throw her on the block and then regret it later?
Yeah.
I never wanted the feeling. I hate the feeling, what if? I'm someone that just goes for what I feel
Yeah.
and what I'm doing. And this made me like whatever, but still in the end, I did what I wanted to do,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I did
With style.
The what? What style?
So you did it with style.
But again, I didn't want to solidify anyone was safe or anything, but you were the first person I literally brought
I
in
know,
here
and
said
I'm
that
like,
you were safe. Because you were the
forever.
person I felt the safest with when it came to that whole other group of people.
Yeah.
Because I've literally had a relationship with you since day one. So that was the one that surprised me the most because you were mentioned a lot more than other
Yeah,
people.
it surprised me too. It's very telling though, like that people see me in that, because I mean, I'm assuming people feel panic and stuff. They just want to throw the person they feel like is easiest to lose or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Which is how I feel.
Like
about
you
it.
said, Jesse said your name or something when he, like with the Hamza
Yeah,
thing.
it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Like in that group of like Red Room people, I was the easiest to fucking lose. I'm to say that, you know? So I'm always the easiest to lose in this house.
Yeah, so but like that's why I questioned you right away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've ruined relationships before on just like believing things and going with it. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna break other relationships that I actually have in this house with people that will become unrepairable if I don't question them.
Yeah.
And just get the truth out right away.
Yeah.
Because I will never be
I
able
think
to
it's
have
good. I think a lot of people feel
a
like
relationship with Ali and Liv like I did week 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's just never gonna happen again.
Yeah.
So like that bridge is broken. We're still like, trying to hang out and like go to all that stuff. But I know like in the end of the day, like it's almost just like who's gonna take the first shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Do you think the triple's coming at the end of next week, or do you think it's gonna be another week after that?
I don't know. The only reason I think like, maybe it's at the end of this week is because the double eviction was a week early.
For you guys to be like having a stalemate, you know, like all the way to like final 5, potentially. I don't know.
Because usually it's like triple eviction and then the final 5's determined after the triple eviction.
Yeah.
But people were like, maybe it's a week early because so it's not expected on schedule.
So it could be at the end of this week.
Because there was never ever a double eviction pre-jury until this year.
I'd like it to be a week early.
That'd be the end of this week.
Yeah, but then I
She would
can't
be able to
play.
Oh shit. That's fine. I'll win.
Oh my god, if it's a triple eviction at the end of this week, I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking just like
I'm just
shit
saying,
my pants on my couch.
Like, I'm so sorry if I made you worry, and I really
No,
didn't
I
mean to.
get it. It's part of the plan, and
It's
like
just
I get it.
It's just hard when literally you came up to me and said, "Were you going after me?" Hamza said you were. Like, you know how that worrying
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it was just weird to hear. Like, I've never ever heard your name until yesterday and
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
So like, and
That's a long time.
the lack
Over a
of
month.
Yeah.
and the lack of
I
like
get it.
talking.
I get it. I
or-
totally get it.
Okay.
Don't feel like stressed about it and stuff.
But you feel good with
if
me,
anything,
right?
I feel like grateful,
Do you feel
love,
good
like
with me?
trusting, and like
Do you feel good
I feel
with
good
me?
for you.
Okay.
I really do.
It's great. You guys feel
Derek, on the other hand, yeah. I really do. And honestly, like this is the kind of stuff that like proves it to me. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
I know.
And hearing that kind of stuff
Yeah.
is like little notches. Did I describe you my notch system? Who is that? I feel like every single person has like a notch system to me and stuff. And like anytime I hear like something that's like potentially against me, it's like a. And every time it's like a forward, like.
Yeah.
You know,
but like, I
like-
swear I didn't say you to Hamza. Like, we were Hamza's target.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was just trying to make people go against us.
Well, I assumed. I feel like he was very much convincing that like he would never put me up because I was like gay or something, and like me and Erica were always going to be good with him because like Carolyn had some like past or something with this. I don't know, but I could just like my gut feeling, like the same way you're talking about yours, like my gut feeling told me that he was just bullshitting me the entire fucking
Yeah.
time.
So my gut
Day
feeling
one, I
at the
thought
end of
after
it,
that, it was like,
I
it's gonna
couldn't do
Yeah,
that
you
to
did.
Maddie.
You did.
Yeah.
I remember.
Just my gut feeling was like, don't do this to Maddie. Don't
No.
do this to Maddie. She's not lying to you. She's not lying to you.
No.
And it was almost just like, I'm not going to let Ryan manipulate me. And that's why I was like, what did I say at the end of my thing?
You're condescending.
No, yeah.
You manipulated everyone
Oh,
here.
your taste of your own medicine.
Yeah, get a taste of your own medicine. Because for a point, I thought he was manipulating me today.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this is not going to happen.
Both of us.
Yeah. So I just
That's what we were
didn't.
saying too, because you wanted to have like, a meeting with the house or whatever, and it's just like another opportunity to like.
I already
work
said
his
no.
Well, he said bring all 4 in the room right now and I'll call them out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't need to do that.
Yeah. Because he knows he's capable, right?
And I was like, yeah, I would
It's
feel.
his strongest game.
Yeah, because earlier I was even saying that I was going for
After-
him to twist people's words up
after
and,
the
and
Veronica
then me
thing,
go,
he was so happy.
fuck, did I make a mistake? Like I don't want to
Yeah.
be like,
Looking like an
I feel
idiot.
like I'm a little more strong-headed that like
Yeah.
anything he says right now, I'm literally like, say whatever you want. And he was sitting there just being like, kiddo, I can't wait till you go home. You're gonna fucking hate all the game you played and all this stuff. And I'm like, nope, I'm pretty confident with my decision.
Condescending. Fucking.
Yeah, and that's why I called him out for being condescending. And I told him, and I was like, you're very condescending the way you talk to people.
You even
You
said it,
belittle
yes.
every single person in every conversation that you have, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
And I literally just told him to his face.
Yeah.
He's condescending though. I think it's his
I know you've
nature.
wanted to do that for a long time.
I've wanted to do that since week 2. I strongly disliked
I heard him
that
saying too that
guy.
he was like feeling like upset that his like portrayal now is this kind of like manipulative.
He's
like,
literally like a villain.
Yeah.
His portrayal in those games really not
I feel
that
like that's how he's
positive
gonna appeal
anyway.
to me. Though he's gonna try to get me like emotionally in that way. You know, like Johnny. You know.
Johnny, he said your name today.
Yeah. I
Okay.
believe you. I totally believe you.
Okay.
I really do, and I know that all these people do too. And everyone's
Yeah.
like pissy about it.
No, because I literally was this close to putting Maddie on the block.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna be like, fuck you, Ryan.
No,
You know,
that's what I said. You don't
And
have to
I
do
feel
that.
bad because I was this close to putting Maddie on the block, and before today, I've never, ever even thought of putting Maddie on the block. And the fact that he could literally
Get that
get
close.
me to almost put someone I'd never thought about in this game on the block, like, what the fuck was he doing to me? You know what I mean?
No, he's good at that.
Yeah. So it just made me think, and I was like, I was sitting in that room, and I was like,
Do you think he
Go
does it?
for Ryan.
Do you think he does it naturally, or do you think it's like his like?
I think
Do you
he's
think,
just.
do you think he's
a
sitting
brainiac.
inside like DR and being like, "This is what I'm doing here. This is what I'm doing here," and like pulling it all together and stuff, or is he just like, I'm just naturally charismatic"?
I think he goes to the DR a lot. I think maybe he like voices it a lot, but then he comes out and I think he's so quick on his feet, and he's really good. I think he's just so good with speaking. Like that,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
speaks for his job.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
his job is to be.
Host
He
podcasts
says
and-
host podcasts and think on the fly, and literally host live shows where like you don't have a second to turn to just flip up and change your mind and be like,
He also took
blah,"
radio and
like,
broadcasting in school, right?
exactly. He knows exactly how to play off of people's.
It's just weird. It's like I feel like I don't know. Coming into this, I thought it was so damn good at being able to like perceive and understand.
I'm like, I'm gonna be so
stuff.
socially good, and then I'm like, holy fuck.
I know.
Who is this guy?
And it sucks because like I feel like I feel so much for people that I'm literally like, but like once you're against me, and I'm like, don't even try. I was
Yeah,
like, I have my
you're fucked.
people. I will protect them to the end of this game and literally scrap your face off for people. but other than that, if you're not on my side, you're dead to me,
Yeah.
and he is dead to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Be nice to him.
took
though.
a shot
Jury
on the
votes.
couch. What?
Jury votes.
He's definitely not voting for me.
He might, to be honest with you.
He's gonna vote for the best player.